Welcome to the Red Raider Coaches Show. I'm your host, Joe Hayes, and I'm here with our head football coach, Coach Keith Goss. Coach, welcome back to the show.
Happy to be here.
Well, tonight we got a little different scenery. As you can see, we're coming to you live on set here at Parker Food Mart, which is one of our platinum sponsors. And Coach, they're a huge asset to our program, to our touchdown club, and just they give us the tools necessary to buy the things that we need to do to be a successful football program. And we definitely want to thank them. If you guys have not stopped by Parker Food Mart, just an outstanding establishment. You can come here, you can get fuel. They got diesel fuel, off-road diesel, gasoline, all three grades that you want to get. The best part that I like about coming to Parker's is the food.
Yeah, they got a good little selection.
They got a good little selection. As you can see here, Coach and I ordered a pizza. If you have not had one of these Hunt Brother pizzas, they are good to me. I promise you, they are good to me. My kids love them. I think our favorite is the pepperoni and bacon. If you haven't tried it, you got to try it. I mean, it's Bacon County, and I don't know. I just have to add bacon on everything, right? It's just that much. Bacon makes everything better. And but they got fried chicken, pork chops, hamburgers. You can come in the morning. I like to get a bacon sandwich on white bread. They'll put it on a biscuit, but I'm a little old-fashioned, and I get that bacon sandwich on white bread.
I'm a little partial to the biscuit.
I like the biscuit. Okay, hey, to each their own, as long as it's got bacon on it, right? But there's so much more that you can get here. Even if it's late at night, Coach. I see back here they got bleach. You got laundry detergent, cat food, Dawn dishwashing detergent, batteries, flashlights, white out. I mean, the list goes on, and of all the stuff that we can get here. And sometimes it's 11 o'clock at night and we have an emergency, and it's good that we've got a place like this here in town where we can run to and just pick up a little something to get us through the night. So,
absolutely.
but yeah, we definitely want to thank Parker Food Mart for their sponsorship to our program and how much they mean to us. We're so glad to be able to film this on site here tonight. We want to thank some of our other sponsors, our platinum sponsors. We want to thank Bacon County Hospital and Health System, another fine establishment. They've taken care of me and my children, and I would trust them with any of my children. And we send our players to them if we have injuries. And
that's right.
We're very fortunate and honored to have such a good hospital here in our town, because not all South Georgia towns are blessed to have a hospital.
That's definitely true. I mean, to have that facility of that nature right here in town is a blessing.
That's right. Next, we want to thank Industrial Forge, Mr. Ted Murray, another business, very unique. They make specialty nuts and bolts. He'll make bolts for nuclear reactors and submarines, and just something you can't go to the local hardware store and pick up a bolt for. That's kind of what they specialize in, and just a really unique business right here in our hometown of Alma, Georgia. Mr. Ted Murray, one of the finest individuals that I know. He's also has another company that is one of our platinum sponsors, and that's Blueberry Plantation and Country. Blueberry Plantation Inn and Country Club. And got a little tongue tied there.
Get it out, spit it out, and we'll kick it around.
That's right. Phenomenal golf course, phenomenal facilities. I encourage anybody that has not got out to Blueberry Plantation, go check it out. We've got a restaurant out there with a chef with good food. You can get you a steak dinner, take your bride or your girlfriend on a very nice date. It's another thing that I feel like we're very blessed to have here.
Wonderful place to sit down and have a meal.
Yep. They host weddings out there. They have hotel rooms out there. So I've had people from South Florida, friends of mine, that come up, and him and his wife spent their anniversary here. They wanted kind of that romantic getaway where it was just quiet, no hustle and bustle, and get out and play a little bit of golf. And that's what Blueberry Plantation's all about. It's just a nice, peaceful getaway place where you're not going to be judged. You can just go in there, enjoy yourself, have a good time, and good people, good friendly staff. It's, again, as good as it gets. So we want to thank those, and again, we appreciate our platinum sponsors, Bacon County Hospital and Health System, Industrial Forge, Blueberry Plantation, and Parker Food Mart. We could not do it without these companies. I want to throw in too another the list of our gold sponsors. We've got ATC, Titan Modular, Daniel and Cassie Moore, Larry Waters Properties, Pineland Bank, State Farm, F&B South, Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales, Clean Air and Electric, Burt CPA, Southside Church of God, and Lassiter Tractor Company. Another big list of sponsors there that we definitely want to thank. Another one, we want to thank our sponsors that help with the Red Raider broadcasting with Mr. BrentJohnson. Brent does so much for the school on the technology side and making sure that we film the games and have a live showing of that. Some people can't always make it to the game, and I know one time I was in Arizona, Coach, and it was a playoff game, and it's one of the I don't think I've ever missed but 2 football games in the last about 15 years. So, but I was out of town in Arizona, and I was able to watch that, and sat at the dinner table, kind of tucked my phone down underneath, and I sent Brent a message. I said, I can't thank you enough, to be able to do this and be that far away from home and be able to stream it live.
Well, I'm excited about it. For the simple fact that my parents are getting up there in age, and sometimes it's a long trip for them. Some places we play, and so we're very blessed to have them have the ability to watch the games no matter where no matter where we're playing.
And Brent couldn't make all that possible without his sponsors. So we want to thank Bennett and Johnson. That's Mr. David and Daniel Johnson. They're sponsors of his Red Raider broadcasting. We want to thank them and appreciate all that they do to help him make this possible. And then last, I want to throw in our bronze sponsors. We got so many people, and they do so much for us, and I just hate not to give them recognition, and I think it's very important. We want to thank Outback Entertainment. Man, these guys are lighting it up out here, throwing concerts. We got Nelly coming to Alma. How big is that? I mean,
that's a pretty big deal. In fact, I'll be going.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go check it out.
So Nelly in Alma, Georgia. I didn't think I'd ever say that, but Nelly is coming to Alma, Georgia. Jamie Johnson, man, another one of my favorite country singers, was just here. I think it's just huge what they're doing, to our communities and helping here reach out and bring some of this big entertainment, because we typically have to drive to Jacksonville and spend money there, where they're bringing it to us, and also that money's coming in our community. People are staying here, going to the gas stations, just like Parker Food Mart here. They're going to get their drinks and their potato chips and everything to carry to the concert, and it helps us all. So we want to thank Outback Entertainment, Gophers, Southern Cooking and Barbecue, Chrissy's Creations, Kim Anderson and Dr. Galay. I believe they're with Satilla Rheumatology and Internal Medicine. Cohen's of Alma, Mr. Mark Cohen, another individual. He's part of our Touchdown Club. He helps us out. He's very involved and just a big asset to this community. Not only as him as an individual, but as his business as well. And we definitely want to thank him. Chuck and Pound Bonnier, RSB Forestry, Alma Police Department, F&B South again. They threw in even an additional sponsorship. Although they're a gold sponsor, they're also a bronze sponsor. Scott Pools, MGN Detailing, Southern Sand, Axle Surgeon, Dairy Queen, Ideal Cleaners, Southeast Propane, Boatwright Trucking, Alma Autosure, Satilla River Teas, Orthopedic Surgeons of Georgia, Coffee Regional Hospital Oncology Group, and Coffee Regional Hospital Cardiology Group. So Coffee Regional come on board this year, and some things that the Bacon County Hospital doesn't have, there's other specialists that they have over there, and they came on board to support Bacon County football. So
that's a great thing.
Raider Nation, if you get out there, you heard a name on this list, let's support them, because they support us, and again, we can't do enough for them, because I think in today's time and what we're doing, athletics is a very important part and role in our school system, and what it's given to our young ladies and young men, and all these people make it possible for us to deliver that product. So we definitely couldn't do it without it. Coach, let's get to the nitty-gritty.
Right.
I know it's tough. I know it's hard.
Yeah.
You know, we coming off a very tough loss to Pierce County. I know everybody here is, you know, it's a pretty bitter rivalry. At the end of the day, we still go back, and it's a lot about bragging rights too. But you know, it's always tough after a loss, I find, to just talk about it. Like, where did we go wrong? What do we feel our shortcomings were? And you know, there was a lot of things that I did see on the field. You know, me personally, but you know, I think everybody wants to hear from you, and let's kind of diagnose it a little bit of what we had going on,
Right.
and kind of, you know, what transpired.
Well, one of the first things is we're breaking in two different quarterbacks that we're trying to see which one we're gonna go with the rest of the season. That's a tough spot to be in. I know we all like to say next man up, and we hope that, you know, everything just continues to click. But you know, our previous quarterback was the starter for a reason. We felt like, you know, he moved the offense in the best manner. So obviously, you know, we were having some growing pains there offensively, and we're finding out some things about ourselves. I don't want to take anything away from Pierce County. You know, they have a great team, a great program right now. They've made a commitment to lifting over the last 8 to 10 years, and it shows in their program.
Absolutely.
It shows in their program, and it's helped them get where they are right now. You know, they're a classification bigger than us, and you know, I love that you can only play 11 at a time, but you got twice as many to pick from. That does help your cause.
Yep.
But I'm not going to make an excuse about it. By far, they were the better team Friday night. I do feel like we are better than what we showed, but we didn't execute. And there's several things we have to clean up. We had, you know, a lot of holding calls on the perimeter. We had a block in the back. We had some things moving early on that really slowed down some of our opening drives, and really where I think we could have grabbed some momentum and helped carry us forward in that game.
Gotcha.
So, you know, that was a struggle early on. You know, like I said, the guys, we have work to do. We got to get stronger. I haven't made any bones about that since I've been here. And we've gone up against two teams that made it to the Final Four last year and returned the majority of their players. You know, obviously I'm not going to make an excuse about it. We got to get better. But I'm looking forward to, you know, to our next challenges and facing Berrien County this week.
Well, Coach, you know, saying that we've got to get better, and you know, what is it in the weight room? You know, you're giving a heavy emphasis on that. You know, what is it going to take for our players and our programs to continue to get better at this point?
Well, we've started lifting in the middle school, and I've shared what we do with Coach Owens, and he's building on it, fitting into his program down there. And then it's the consistency, making sure that we have these guys lifting year round. I know there was guys when I got here, and there was a few lifting, several not lifting, some in, you know, I was in weightlifting class one semester, but I'm not in weightlifting another semester. We have to have that consistency and constantly have these guys lifting year round. It's a year round commitment to get stronger and more physical. And then the nutrition program, that's put 8 to 10 pounds, you know, 12 in some cases on almost every player. We're feeding them peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. We're getting them protein shakes. We're doing things now that's going to set us in the right direction for years to come. But it doesn't happen overnight. And so, you know, that's the part of the process. You know, could I do things to cut corners? Possibly. Could I play kids that miss practices? Could I start kids that miss practices and do poorly in school and talk back to teachers? Could I start them? Yeah, I could. Is it going to make a better human being? Is it going to make a better Bacon County citizen? Is it going to make a better football program in the future if I do those things? No, it's not. Those are all things that are counterproductive to the overall goal of this program. So if I was just trying to sacrifice everything for a win, could I take shortcuts? Yes. Am I going to? No. If that makes the people of Bacon County unhappy, I'm sure they'll ask for a new coach eventually. But I'm going to do things the right way. That's how I sleep at night. And I'm going to continue building it the way I think it needs to be built. And so we can have success for years to come. I'm not going to take a shortcut. I'm not going to have these kids take a shortcut. That's what I believe in.
Yep. And Coach, I think that's things that other programs around the state, the Clinch counties and the Fitzgeralds and the Pierce counties, they draw the line in the sand.
Right.
And this is what we expect. And if you don't meet it,
Then you got to go.
then you got to go. And I think our jobs today, that's somewhere there's a lacking right now of generations coming through of, it's a me, I generation. And we've got to change the culture. And we have to change the culture here in Bacon County.
We do. It's somewhat of a generational thing, an instant gratification thing that everybody has where, they pull out a cell phone and I can get whatever information I want right now.
Yeah.
Well, football doesn't work like that. You have to build up guys, get them stronger, prepare them mentally so they're physically and mentally strong, so they understand the game. That doesn't happen overnight. And if it happens for your program, then you're extremely fortunate. But the way it works everywhere else is it takes time to build up. When Sean Pender went to Pierce, they struggled to get in the playoffs the first 2 years. Got to the second round for 2 years. Then got to the third round for 2 years. And then he left and went on to Brunswick. But that program over time steadily got a little bit better. Coach Tripling comes in and he goes to the second round after inheriting a third round team and then gets them to the Final Four. Then he moves on to Ware County. But the building blocks
Have been set.
There was a level that things were going to be done, a certain level that you had to work at to be a part of one of those programs. And it still shows over there. The coaches change, but they understand that there's a set amount of things you have to do to be a part of this program. And that's things that we're building here. I'd like to tell you everybody was at our 6 o'clock film session tonight, but they were not. I'd like to tell you that everybody made every practice last week, but there's guys that didn't start because they didn't. And there's a lot of doctor's notes and a lot of coach, I'm sick, this and that, but it doesn't stop you from coming out there and still standing out there on the field and learning what we're doing. And it's that willingness to take that extra step for their teammates and this family that we got to learn to take to be successful.
Absolutely. And we all have to sacrifice, whether it's you, the people here tonight filming this, are making sacrifices, and the same with the players and the team. It's what's expected,
Right.
and it's what we've got to change. We've got businesses making sacrifices. We need the whole community, I feel like, to back this and push this of, if we're going to make this right, what you're telling us, the building blocks that we've got to get to. Can you do it by yourself, Coach?
Oh, nobody does it by themselves.
Yeah.
I have a great administration that's backing me in everything that I'm doing. I have a great coaching staff, and I have great players that are starting to understand. Not all of them are on the right page yet, but they're starting to understand what it's going to take. And those that continue to buck it, they won't be with us much longer. I don't have any other way to say that. I'm going to encourage every young man that wants to be a Red Raider and be dedicated to our program and what we're trying to accomplish to be a part of it. But after so long, if you're not going to understand what it takes to be with us, then I gotta remove you from the equation.
Yeah. Well, Coach, we're going to take a real quick break and get our sponsors a little bit of recognition, and Raider Nation will be back with you right after this break.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them. Auto Owners Insurance.
Bennett Johnson Insurance Agency in Alma is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Raider Nation, welcome back to the Red Raider Coaches Show. I'm here with your head football coach, Keith Goss. So, Coach, that first segment we got into discussing on kind of the building blocks of our program and where we are and some of the stumbles that we're taking. One of those was a loss to a very dominating Pierce County. Like you stated, their program has slowly over the past 8 to 10 years they have climbed, maybe 14 years it's been actually that they've been climbing out of a hole and have made it to a top tier level, and hopefully in the future, for them, they think that they'll be a state championship caliber team. Same thing that you guys are trying to achieve here, but it's not done overnight. Facing Pierce County and that caliber of a team, they've got, I believe, around 1,200 students in their school system. We've got 500. So we were outnumbered. We knew that going in. We were outsized. We knew that going in. But a lot of the other region opponents that we have to face, like Toombs County, Jeff Davis actually, I think, one of the largest schools in AA, which is one of our region opponents. But what did you see in that Pierce County game on film tonight with the coaches and the players when you guys met? What are we trying to do offensively?
We're trying to find the matchups that we feel like we could take advantage of. Obviously, we had to adjust some of our scheme around a different quarterback, two different quarterbacks. And so some of the passing game, we scaled down a little bit. And we tried to expand on some of the quarterback run game to complement what our quarterbacks do well. And so, obviously, we tried to, create a little more of a dual threat running attack, which we got into a little bit and had a little bit of success with. We also tried to put guys in space and use some speed over size, where we emptied the backfield, and if they didn't motion with our back out of the backfield, we threw them the screen out there, and we had a little bit of success with that. But we also had some holding calls and blocking the backs on the perimeter that slowed down the gains we had, because they never adjusted. So when we came with some unbalances and we motioned people out of the backfield, we got the looks we wanted. We didn't execute enough to take advantage of them.
Right. Is that, going on into season here, do you think that you'll stay in a 2-quarterback rotation, or do you feel like that you may narrow it down who's going to be more of your starter?
I think moving forward, we'll continue to work both guys.
They're both young, right?
One's a junior, one's a sophomore.
Yep.
We'll continue to work both of them, but I'm sure we'll feel like we can build it around one more than the other.
Right.
So.
And is there a reason why you would still kind of want to work one in and get him a little playing time?
Well, absolutely. just to be prepared, if we come into this situation again.
Yep.
Obviously, it was a tough situation when we lost, Mason during the second quarter of the game in Fitzgerald. And so, obviously we want to be a little better prepared for that moment again. And if it happens again, Dean had gotten reps, but hindsight, maybe we should have got him a few more.
I got you. Defensively, Coach, Pierce has always been a pretty good offensive weapon going up against them. I can remember, I think it was 4 years ago, it went back and forth, and it was like 42-41, just phenomenal game, but Pierce struggled somewhat back in those early years defensively. They've cleaned a lot of that up now. defensively, with us going up against them, what did you guys see on film, and what are we going to try to do moving forward?
You know, they had a lot of size up front, and you know, they did a good job of running behind their guys. And when they got out on the edge, they used some of their RPO game when we loaded up the box, and were able to take advantage of those things. You know, obviously, you know, we feel like we had to make some moves and move some other guys in the box to try to take advantage or take away some of the things they did well. And that gave them a little better opportunity to take advantage of some things in the passing game.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, you know, it's just film work, reps, and time to improve our players. We have 7 seniors. Our team is about 48. So there's going to be a lot of learning this year, offensively and defensively, and not all 7 seniors start. Most of them do see considerable playing time, but we're going to return the majority of this team next year and some the year to follow. So I want to say 3 or 4 starters right now, 4 are freshmen. So it's going to be a growth process. We knew that, and you know, sometimes you're going to take your lumps against a team that's, you know, coming off the Final Four and returning the majority of their players.
Yeah. How important is it for the fan base? You know, we know taking a bump like that, a loss against a Pierce County, everybody wanted to win that game, you know, but how important is it to you, do you think, to the program, you know, for the fan base to keep the faith here, you know, of what we're doing? What can you do to encourage them and what we're doing to continue to move this forward?
Well, I mean, all I can tell them is that we're doing everything we can to build a program, not just try to win a game. And I'm a competitive person. I don't care if it's tiddlywinks. I'm going to try to beat you. I don't let my son beat me in anything. He's 8 years old, and I don't think he has yet. And if he did, he'd let me know.
Yeah.
I don't like to lose. But I do know there's some things bigger than wins and losses. And if you don't understand that in my job, you're in the wrong job. Obviously, I want to give the fans what they want to see in this community, something they're going to be proud of, but I want to give it to them for a long period of time. I don't want anything to be a flash in the pan. Like I told everybody, you know, I don't intend to go anywhere. I'm going to fix this thing. I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to enjoy what we build. I hope to retire here in Bacon County. I am doing everything I can to set us up for long-term success by developing a program. Is it always pretty in the beginning? No. Do I think I'm doing the right things for long-term success here? Absolutely. And so, you know, be as patient as you can be. You know, obviously, we're working every week to improve and doing it the right way. And there is no, you know, magic button or pill that makes that happen faster.
Yeah.
And that's what I would tell them.
Coach, you know, I know you because I'm around you so much, and you know, and I appreciate you opening up, and I feel like being honest there. You know, and I can tell Raider Nation sitting here that, you know, sitting next to this guy and going to his house and down at the school and on the sidelines and after practice, after games, here we are Sunday night coming down here to do this. The man's putting in the hours. You know, we've just got to continue to back him, continue to support him, and we'll right this ship. You know, and we just got to keep the faith and stay the path, like you're giving us here, and Coach is leading us. So, Coach, I'm still excited. I'm super. I'm not going to sit here and lie about it. I mean, every week, you know, after that game, after the Pierce game, I saw some improvements of some players. And as long as I can come away from each game and I see players continually, you know, progress, then I feel like that we'll get somewhere. It's going to start to click once all the dynamics start coming together.
I told the players, it's not if this is going to happen and we're going to turn it, it's when.
Yeah.
It's when we do everything right in a week. We all get to practice when we should be there. We don't make excuses not to get out of practice. We make excuses to get to practice. When it starts meaning that much to us all the time, then the success is going to come with it. And that's what I keep preaching to the guys. Making making the extra effort and the extra reason to get to weightlifting, making the extra reason to get to Sunday night film. When we do all those things, and it's that important to us, the success is going to follow.
Absolutely.
And so that's what I'm preaching to the guys right now. And there's some buying in, and it's a lot of my younger guys. And if some of the older guys can't buy in with those younger guys are going to start taking their spots, because I got those guys for 2 and 3 more years. And I hate that for some of the older guys. I really do. But if that's what it takes to fix it, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. Well, Coach, the road doesn't get any easier. Next week, here we are going into Berrien County. I know you guys pulled them up on film and have already started breaking that down. What can we expect going to Nashville next week, and what are we going to see out of Berrien County?
Defensively, they're based out of either a 4-2-5 look or a 4-4 cover 3. So they're going to be even front. They're not quite as big as the last 2 teams we faced. They run fairly decent, or have a few guys that run decent. We're a well-coached team. Coach Alligood does a great job with them. I've known Tim for a long time. He has them well prepared. They're going to be sound in everything they do. I believe Coach Pilcher either is calling the offense now or has one of his disciples calling the offense, because they're back in the split back veer again. And it's an offense that fits their school. They do a good job with it. The kids are coming off flat-backed. Dive back's running hard, and you're going to have to hit him in the mouth and make that guy want to stop.
Who did they play last week?
They played Atkinson County.
How did that come out?
That was a high-scoring game. It ended up being like 70 to 40 or
Wow.
50 something. But they scored a ton of points.
Now, who come out on top on that one?
Berrien.
Berrien come out
Berrien
on
came
top.
out on
So,
top.
so we can. Our defense then is going to have to be on top of their game to kind of slow this veer down.
Yeah, absolutely. But I know we've struggled slowing some people down, but we have a great staff. They come up with a great game plan, and it's getting our guys to line up, follow their responsibilities. Stopping the veer is nothing but assignment football.
Right.
And having the discipline every play to hit the man you're supposed to hit, whether he's got the ball or not. And that's how you slow it down.
It's similar, I go back to like Georgia Tech and with the triple option, it's assignment football.
That's right.
And if you can stay true to that assignment, and stay home, you can stop it. And it's, hopefully our guys can stand firm in their spots and follow through, and, we'll go there and maybe we'll show what Red Raider football is about.
Absolutely.
Well, Coach, we appreciate everything. I know we're running short on time. I want to throw in, Coach, this past Friday, you guys went to, was it Pine Level that you
Yes,
went out
we
to
went
eat?
Pine Level.
So, what was it like out there taking the guys out, the Pine Level Baptist Church?
It's a great church. A little bit out in the country. They treat us real well. They had a great meal for us. Coach Watson rated it real high on the Coach Watson pregame meal scale, and he's our pregame meal connoisseur. So
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure. If I'm not mistaken, they were in the top 1 or 2 by the time we left there. I think he said the dessert put them over the top, the banana pudding. So I'll have to check. We'll come on the coach's show by the end of the year, and I'll get him to give the top 10 list.
That sounds good. I like that. Maybe we can have a little competitive thing going on there, and that'll entice some of the churches that we are so thankful for, and they go above and beyond as well. And,
really
and then
do.
our breakfast crew on Friday mornings.
It's a special thing this community does to support our young men. and that's something that's been a blessing. I hope it continues. This community goes above and beyond, and it's a special thing, and we'll keep building it on our end and see how great we can make this place.
Do all programs of what you've seen out there that you've been at, Coach? Let's say, I mean, you were at McIntosh. Is it? I know they do different things.
They do different things, but the level of support here far exceeds my experience there.
And that's, I want Raider Nation to know that, because I think Raider Nation does a phenomenal job, Coach, and I'm proud of them.
Right.
Being a supporter and a worker in what we're trying to build here, it just, again, I wouldn't want to be any other place, don't want to be in any other program, and I'm very thankful, and I know you guys are, and they can't always hear it, but we do appreciate their support for what they do. And again, we want to thank our platinum sponsors, Bacon County Hospital and Health System, Industrial Forge, Blueberry Plantation, Inn and Country Club, and Parker Food Mart. We want to thank those guys, our platinum sponsors. And again, we want to thank BrentJohnson for helping the Red Raider Broadcasting to make all these things possible. And Raider Nation, we want to thank you. We appreciate you tuning in. We ask that you tune in again next week, and we'll break down Berrien and keep continuing to grow this program and move forward. We appreciate you, and we'll see you all in Nashville Friday night.
Go Red Raiders.